If you're in sales, you've been taught to focus on scripts, tactics, and playing the numbers game. But here's the thing, your energy, not your words, is actually what's making or breaking your deals. So today, let's talk about the unseen force behind every successful salesperson or entrepreneur, which is how your energy shifts your results and how to master it so that you can start closing bigger deals effortlessly. Welcome to Superhuman Selling. I am really lit up about this topic. I feel like I've been talking about it all day long on my group calls and my private client calls. And today we're diving into how your energy is either helping you close deals or losing them. And as a woman who, if you know anything about my story, I stayed stuck at the same level for over a decade in my sales, no matter how hard I worked, and I was doing all the quote unquote right strategies, yet I couldn't break past a plateau when I stopped focusing so much on just doing the right things and instead started focusing on my energy, my way of being, my belief systems, my identity, my self-concept. That led to a quantum leap of 10xing my income in 6 weeks. And it wasn't doing things differently necessarily or working harder, although from a higher level of consciousness and from a different level of energy, we do take different actions, but I actually worked less during that time. So today I want to dive in to why that is, how you can align your energy with the goals that you desire, and how you can shift what really matters inside so that you can quantum leap your sales if you are desiring to do that. I'm guessing if you're here, you are desiring to do that. So we are going to start with I think, a healthy dose of self-awareness to help you tap into whether you are in forcing energy or flowing energy. And I think we can all relate to this. And I have had many times in my life or in my sales career where I felt like I was trying to force something. Now, here is what I know. That energy will never create a quantum leap. It will not. So I have learned to check in with myself. And if any part of me is feeling attached to results or feeling like I need to force an outcome, that is not my time to go try to do a sales call or my sales outreaches or whatever sort of revenue producing activity is that I'm doing that day. Now, do we get to do those things every single day as sales professionals and entrepreneurs? Yes. So this is not you get off the hook, you never have to do it if you don't feel like it. However, what I have learned is to be able to do some quick resets if needed to get into a place where I'm not in force. And it really doesn't happen very much anymore, but I think like all of us have moments. And I know as I look back at when I was stuck at the same level of sales, I was pretty much always in force. So you can check in, and you can do this before your next sales call or at the start of your day or really anytime throughout the day. But just check in and kind of rate yourself, scale of 1 to 10 on the following. So 1, how confident are you in your offer? Again, 1 being like very lowest, 10 being I'm 100% confident. Was working with a client on this earlier this week, and we were talking about the fact that other people are only going to be sold on you to the level that you're sold on you. Other people are only going to be sold on your offer to the level that you're sold on your offer. And so clients are just a mirror. You will hear me say that again and again and again on this podcast and my content. Your clients are just a mirror. Your money is just a mirror. Your sales results are just a mirror. Everything in your life is a mirror. Okay. So if you are not feeling totally sold on your offer, and I find that especially for those of you who are entrepreneurs, like sometimes I hear from people, oh, it's a lot easier to sell for a company or for someone else. But when it's selling my own thing, I have a harder time with it. So if that's you right now and you're not 100% sold on your offer, then I would invite you to go make a list right now of 10 reasons why it is that you are the best qualified, best positioned, best solution for whatever challenge it is that your client is facing. So little side note there, but your clients are going to mirror to you how sold you are on you. So that can help, like making that little shift and just getting sold on you makes a big difference, and helps us also be non-attached to whether someone buys from us or not. Because when we know what we have is great, then we don't have to try to convince or push or force on our calls. We can be in that really powerful lean back energy that's going to convert and close more deals. I would also rate yourself on your belief that the right clients are there, right? So we talk in the community and my programs about scarcity selling versus abundance selling, which we'll tap into more in this episode. But are you in scarcity energy where you feel like clients aren't coming or like everyone has to be your client? Or are you in a state of abundance where if not this one, someone else? And from that place, we can relax, we can lean back, and we can be not only truly like consultative and helpful for people, but you will close more deals from that energy. Check in with your emotional state. Are you feeling calm? Or are you feeling anxious, right? Scale of 1 to 10, where are you at? And then energy level. Are you feeling inspired or drained? I was just talking on a podcast before this to someone about, there's a great analogy from Abraham Hicks where they talk about the way that a lot of people take action in life is similar to if you said, okay, I'm going to go vacuum my living room, and you get out your vacuum cleaner and you start vacuuming like crazy, but you never plug the thing in, right? So it's not going to do much for you. You're taking a lot of action, but there's no energy source. There's no power source. So it's the same for you with your energy. If you're going to get on a sales call, and you're not feeling it, you haven't plugged in the vacuum cleaner, then you're not going to get the outcome you're looking for. So I would say, look, you don't have to be a perfect 10, but if you're finding yourself like below a 7 on any of these, you want to pause and reset your energy. And we're actually going to do a fun little guided visualization later in this episode that you can bookmark and come back to that'll help you. Let's talk about how to align your sales energy, for sales mastery. And, there's a lot of different parts to this, but I'll touch on a couple that I think are important on today's show. So one of the biggest mistakes that sales professionals and entrepreneurs make is selling from a place of lack, not abundance. This is so big. And this is part of why money, wealth consciousness, abundance consciousness is part of a framework we teach called the 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth. And money is the second quadrant. And there's so many things that we can do to shift our energy into abundance. But one thing I will say is that because you do not attract what you want, but you attract what you are, if let's say maybe you're going for your first 7-figure year, but you're in an energetic state of lack or scarcity, you're not going to be able to hit it, right? Or you'll maybe do it, but then you'll go back to where you were because you didn't truly align with that next level of abundance that you were looking to tap into. So we teach a concept in our community called abundance selling versus scarcity selling. And scarcity selling is what I did for many, many years, and I never got past a certain income level. I always stayed stuck. This was the time period of my life when I was stuck. So scarcity selling looks like you have scarcity consciousness, and that's not just in your sales or your money; it's in your life. You feel like there's never enough time. You feel like there's not enough opportunities. When you look at your bank account, how are you viewing it? Are you viewing it through the lens of thank you, more please? Or are you viewing it through the lens of not enoughness, right? You are going to put more pressure on your clients and on opportunities to close based on that. And when we make the shift into abundance selling, which actually has nothing to do with external results, at least not at first, it's an inner shift. It's an inner shift that you make to tap into the universal principles of abundance. We live in a universe that is abundant. There is an abundance. It's like, try to count. I'm looking outside my window right now. I'm in Maine. It has been snowing on and off nonstop for months. So if I try to count the snowflakes that fall from the sky or how much is in my yard right now, I can't. There is an abundance of it because we live in an abundance of, in a universe that is abundant. And because we always get things back that are amplified based on what we're focusing on, if you are in scarcity consciousness, then you can experience what feels like an abundance of scarcity. So that is a thing. But we want to start to attune ourselves to the natural flow of the universe, the world, how things work around you, which is that things operate in abundance, right? And again, for me, this was a deep dive journey. It wasn't like a one and done type of thing. And I still, to this day, as I personally am growing and ascending to new levels, I get to tap into a different level of abundance. I get to do wealth consciousness work at a different level. And so it's part of the journey and it's beautiful. But learning to tap into prosperity consciousness, wealth consciousness, abundance consciousness, and learning to connect with a feeling of abundance inside of you, regardless of what is happening in your outside world, that is what will start to make the shift, all right? And if we are seeking greater abundance, which no doubt you are if you're listening to this show, and financial abundance is just one form of abundance, right? I love abundance in all areas of life. Abundance of love and abundance of time, abundance of money, right? Abundance of resources, creativity, inspiration. Really what we're seeking in that is a feeling. It's a feeling of freedom. It's a feeling of more than enoughness. You can start to lean into different areas of your life where you do experience that, right? So maybe you're listening and money feels sticky right now, or you've got some resistance around an abundance of money. Don't try to feel into an abundance of money from a place of resistance. And we actually have a powerful YouTube series I did years ago on how to release resistance to what you want. So you can go search that on my channel. People say it's transformational, and people say it's life-changing. So go in there, watch it. It'll help you with releasing resistance to money coming in. But if you're in a state where you do have resistance to money coming in, I would focus on abundance in other areas. Do you have an abundance of love from your kids? Do you have an abundance of time right now? Do you have an abundance of ideas? Maybe you have an abundance of opportunities. We always have an abundance of opportunities available to us. It's all about how much are you looking to open up to that and how aware are you of it? Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this. He says abundant people don't look so much for money. They look for opportunities. And so even just making that shift, like maybe the money hasn't quite hit your bank account or your sales report yet, but you've got a lot of opportunities available right now. A lot of people you could serve, a lot of LinkedIn connections, a lot of Instagram connections you could reach out to. There is abundance in different parts of your life. I even did this yesterday when I was driving to go get my kids from school, and I'm currently focusing on doubling my revenue and my income. And so I was tapping into like, what am I really seeking with that? Like, yes, when the money comes, that's going to be great and fun, but what's the actual core of what I'm looking for? And it was really about greater freedom and greater expansion. So I knew that my work from that place, aside from to think about what are the thoughts of a woman at that level, what are the actions of a woman at that level, because that is part of the work. But I also knew that vibrationally, to attune myself to a higher level of abundance, that I got to tap into a feeling of freedom in my life on a deeper level. So I started just asking myself, where are all the places where I have a ton of freedom, or maybe I'm just not even recognizing it? And it's everywhere, right? But even as an entrepreneur, like, I have the freedom to run my day. I have the freedom to decide what I want to do. I was working with a client in corporate yesterday who was talking about her boss wanting to see her calendar, and like, nothing wrong. I've worked in corporate for a long time, but I thought, oh, I don't have to do that. And we did some coaching around it for her too. It was like, I don't have to report to anyone about how my calendar is set. That's freedom. Like, it's something I probably take for granted. But what if I really tuned into the feeling of freedom that I have just from that? And what if I amplified that a little bit? So you can tune into, where am I already experiencing abundance? And what would it be like to feel that more, to amplify that in your life, in your energy, etc. So these are all just little things that you can do to switch out of scarcity mode into abundance mode when you're selling. But what I will say is that, and Kathleen Cameron talks about this, I love this, the energy in which you do a thing determines the outcome of the thing. So if you are approaching a sales call, an opportunity, an email, a DM from an energy of scarcity or lack, then again, you're going to get that result mirrored back to you. But if you can come to that call, that conversation from an energy of abundance, from an energy of more than enoughness, that you're going to start to get results mirrored back that are like that. Now, some people may say, well, okay, it's easy, at least that's easy for you to do because money is flowing and clients are flowing. I did this first before they flowed. This is really, really important. I did this before anything transformed in my sales. It was inner shift first. So make the shift first, because your outer world is just a mirror. All right. The other thing that is a powerful belief for you energetically that I work with my clients on a lot too is just seeing and valuing other people being in your energy. One of the things that I believe and that we teach is, like, my ideal clients are going to do whatever it takes to rise up to be at my level, to be in my energy. And I work with clients on this a lot too. Like, your clients are paying to be in your energy, whether you're a coach, a consultant, maybe you're a sales professional, they're still buying you, right? They're still buying you. They're buying how you make them feel. So when we are in our power and when we understand the value of our energy and what we give and what we deliver and how we uplift people, then we're not in chase mode, right? You're in attraction mode. I would start affirming, like, my clients chase me. Like, what would it be like? And your brain may say, well, that's not the case. I've never had that happen. But this is fun. And I've literally had this happen with clients where they start affirming this and they start having people show up in their DMs, reach out to them via email, follow up when before they'd been ghosting them. So if you had the experience of your ideal clients chasing you to work with you, what would that be like? What would your energy be like? How would you show up to calls? How would you do your social media? Right? So play with that. My clients chase me. And you have to make that shift first before more money comes in, before more opportunities come in. And I was working with a client this morning who has been a top producer in corporate for a long time. But we were talking about how just like these little shifts, they completely transformed her personal life. But she recently closed a $3 million deal in 6 months. And she was in the energy the entire time of, this is a done deal. My clients come to me. It's already done. And she was actually coaching the rest of her team on it as well. And so it's this works whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're in corporate, but play with that. My ideal clients chase me. They will do whatever it takes to rise up to be in my energy. And you will start to experience some big shifts. If you're ready to step into your true power, play bigger, and attract the opportunities that align with your vision without compromising your authenticity, then I've got something just for you. Inside my 10K Club, I walk you through the superhuman selling framework, which is the exact strategies and mindsets that help me and countless others achieve extraordinary success while staying true to ourselves. So if you're ready to elevate your sales game and show up as the confident, high-value professional you're meant to be, apply today at ElyseArcher.com/10K Club. I told you earlier that we would do a little guided visualization, meditation to help reset your energy. And when I do these, I kind of like to just channel. So I'm going to close my eyes right along with you. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. But if you're in a place where you're listening and you can close your eyes, let's do it. And we're going to see what comes through. And we are going to reset your energy and help you connect with your highest self, your highest truth, the most abundant version of you. And you can use this again and again if you're going into a sales call, if you're starting your day. So let's just tune in. I'm going to close my eyes too. And I would invite you, if you can, if you're in a place where you can, close your eyes and just take some deep breaths. So just centering into this moment. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Remembering the power of the present moment, that within the present moment, all possibilities exist. All is available to us. Michael Beckwith says we can't breathe in the past or the future. We're always breathing in the present moment. So the breath connects us to the present moment. So no matter what has happened earlier today, what you have next, this is a gift you get to give you to center, to come back into your power, to come back into your truth. And with this next breath, I would invite you to just breathe in and really feel the energy of your breath going through your heart space, opening you up. Your heart is the magnetic field from which you attract and draw in the things, the people, the opportunities that come into your life. So we want to just give that center, that space, some extra love and appreciation right now. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a moment and just connect with your ideal client all around the world. Now, a lot of these people you don't even know yet. You don't even know they exist, but it's okay. You don't need to, because you're going to be connecting with them energetically right now. So I want you to just see, as you continue to breathe deeply, feel into your heart space, feel the energy around your body building and growing, that it's almost like these beautiful beams of light are coming out from your heart. And you're being connected. Each of these beams is connecting you with someone on the planet who needs what it is that you have to offer, and who would love to buy from you, and who would love to buy at the rate that feels really good to you. And you can see in your mind's eye almost a visual of the world or the globe with, maybe it was dark at first, but now it's starting to light up. And there's little lights everywhere just popping on across the world as you connect with the people who you are most meant to serve. And we remember in this moment that we are not in charge of the how, that we don't need to control, to force anything, that we simply get to attune to what it is that we desire, what it is that we would love, how it is that we would love to serve, how we're being called to serve. And that the how is none of our business. So right now in this moment, you are being connected with people who may have never before heard your name, had the idea to reach out, but they are going to be divinely guided, and you will also be divinely guided to start reaching out and connecting. So in this awareness of abundance, in this awareness of the whole world available, in your awareness of billions of people across the planet who are also wanting to rise up, also wanting to expand, also wanting to ascend, we can now connect with the reality of the abundance that always exists all around us. So taking another deep breath in through your heart and feeling so much gratitude and appreciation in this moment that your vision is already done, that your next level is already complete, that the clients are already there, that the opportunities are already there, that the money is already there, that you are loved, that you are provided for, that you matter, that you are worthy, and that the work that you do in the world is of great service. And with that, you get to receive great compensation. So thank you that this is already done. Taking another deep breath in, a deep breath out. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes and come back into this present moment. So just noticing that feeling in your body. And our body will tell us truth. We were talking about this on a consultant training call I was leading this week. Our body recognizes truth. Your soul recognizes truth because it feels good. So if you had some shifts there, even if your brain still said, well, how and what does this mean? If something resonated that felt right or felt good there, that is truth. Truth always feels like expansion. Truth always feels like love. Truth always feels like abundance, like more than enough. So just paying attention to that. And that is how you know that you are thinking and operating in truth, is that you actually feel that. That's your sign. Hopefully that served you, and you can use that as a tool whenever needed, and come back to it. So bookmark this, save this, come back to it. And like I said, my sincere hope is that that helps you. Something else, and I want to give just a couple other quick tools before we wrap today. We talk a lot in our community about embodiment. And we've probably heard me say this on the show before if you've listened. Your results will never supersede your identity. So whatever your current goal is around your sales and your business, first of all, I'd invite you to probably double it. Most people are thinking too low. We use a method in our community that Bob Proctor taught called a goal card, where you actually write down on a card, I am so happy and grateful now that, and it's whatever your goal is. And then your work becomes to embody that person. So I was on a private client call today. Her ultimate goal is 150 million. Now, is she in her 3D reality? Like, is that happening for her right now? Would most people say she's close? She's got a great business. There's still a fair amount of gap to close there. But that's the vision. That's what and the only reason I say that is sometimes people think, oh my gosh, well, she must already be at X amount, be thinking that big. No, she's tapped into her vision of what's truly possible for her. And she's creating from that space. And what she told me, was sitting on our call, is she was like, I ask myself all the time, what does the $150 million version of me do? And I do my very best to make choices from that place, to act from that place, to think from that place, to operate from that place. And I was so proud of her, because that's exactly what we are looking to do here, is to show up on our calls, show up in our business as the version of us who has already accomplished it, who has already achieved it. All right. So as you go on your path, sometimes people think, I'm going to reach a place in my sales where, like, I will have just arrived and it'll just be done and I'll never have to deal with limiting beliefs ever again. I'll never have contrast ever again. That's not how it works. Another Abraham Hicks analogy here for you today. So one of the things that they say is that contrast always lives at the edge of your next level. So I can tell when I'm in an ascension, I can tell when my clients are in an ascension, because they are experiencing, oftentimes to start, some limiting beliefs. And I just wanted to share briefly how you can reframe those. So it is really, really important to be able to tune into your body and notice your emotions, because your body will tell you when you are thinking a limiting belief, because you experience it as a negative emotion. So a thought pops up of self-doubt. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to hit my goals. And we want to first recognize in that moment, okay, I'm experiencing a negative emotion in my body. What was I just thinking? Okay, I'm aware I was thinking something that is not ultimately my best and highest truth. So what's the opposite of what I was thinking? We want to now reframe it. All right. The truth, again, it's not necessarily something that you're experiencing in your 3D right now, but it will feel better in your body. Like maybe you're saying, okay, I just lost a big deal, right? I would flip that. I would completely flip that. And I would remember, we teach a lot of universal laws in our program. So I would remember the vacuum law of prosperity. Like, okay, that wasn't meant to happen. That wasn't meant to be the deal. So I now have a space that's open for my ideal client to come in. I can't wait to see who it is. Universe, God, source, show me the right actions to take. I'm available to do that. But now you have space for someone who's more aligned. You do that when you lose I don't like to say lose. I like to say, like, release a client or something completes. There is now space to call in something greater. All right. So we want to learn to reframe, and we teach a lot more about this in my 10K Club program. But so learning how to tune in and feel what feelings we're in right now before our calls at the start of our day, all throughout the day, and then reframe as needed. I ask myself, I ask my clients all the time, what is the most powerful belief I could hold in this moment? What is the best meaning, the best possible meaning I could give this circumstance? Because nothing has meaning unless we give it to it. So you get to be in your power with that, and that'll also help you shift your energy. If today's episode resonated with you, make sure that you hit subscribe on my YouTube channel. Every week, I'm sharing high-level sales strategies, mindset shifts, and energy mastery techniques to help you sell with confidence and ease. So tap the subscribe button and turn on notifications to make sure that you never miss an episode. So we covered a lot today. I hope this was of service to you. I'd love to hear on social what showed up for you with this. What was your biggest takeaway? I'm at Elyse Archer on all social. So please comment, DM me, let me know what shifted for you as a result of this. But just to quickly recap, so it is 95 to 98% your energy, your belief systems, your mindset, your consciousness that is going to determine the results you have in your sales versus a tactic. So we went into a number of different ways to shift energy today, but I also want to invite you to just start to really become aware that there is another way. There is a possibility of abundance selling. There is a reality that exists for you, a possibility that exists for you, where no matter what's happened in your business or in your sales before, because that's just history, that's old news, there is a possibility that exists where clients flow, where money flows, where opportunities flow. And I also don't care how successful you already are. There's always another level that we can expand to. So whatever that next level is for you, that you're feeling called to, that you're feeling drawn to, that exists as a possibility. And this work will help you hopefully step into that and connect with that. So in closing, a couple of resources to help support you here. One, we have a powerful free training on a method we teach called the 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth. This is where I teach exactly what I did to 10x my income in 6 weeks after having been stuck at the same level for over a decade. And you can get that at ElyseArcher.com/4 quadrants. I would also invite you that if you would like support, or if you'd like to explore receiving support in quantum leaping your sales, your business, your life, maybe that's you want to go from 6 to multi-6 figures this year, you want to break through 7 figures or beyond, and you're looking to do it in an energy of flow and joy and inspiration, and you're done with the hustle and the grind and the burnout. That is my team's specialty. That is what we do. So you can book a free call at ElyseArcher.com/free call and speak with a certified consultant on my team who will help you tap into your vision, uncover whatever may be blocking you from there, and then more than happy to explore how we can help support you in that as well. So such pleasure and an honor to spend time with you on today's episode. And in closing, I want to just remind you to trust yourself on your path to success. Your desires are green lights leading you and everyone around you to a brighter future. I'll see you on the next episode.